understand what is the requirement of methods, as we have seen formally, still methods. Yes, there is the requirement of the methods of integration. Why? Because all functions, first of all, we must know all functions are not integrable. This is one thing. And second thing is, if a function is integrable, then always we will not be given that in fundamental forms, so that we can directly apply the formula we have seen recently. So, methods of integration actually transform the given function in such a way that we can integrate it, that converts in an integrable form. So we will see the use of these with the help of question. First of all, let's know what are these methods. First one is substitution method. This substitution method, you will see, this is used maximum places. In maximum conditions, you will see the application of substitution method. Next is integration by parts. Actually, this is the product rule of integration by parts. And third one, partial fraction in integration. By the way, we will begin with substitution method. We have to see the patterns. According to the pattern, we have to see if applicable in the given question. So we will start with that only. First one, substitution method whenever applied, we see the first pattern. And as I said, these patterns are conditional. You should always know these patterns are conditional. In a same equation, more than one methods or more than one pattern are applicable. So that's why if in the given condition you are able to apply some pattern confidently, then choice is yours. Patterns of substitution, what are these? We see in what form the function is given. Like substitution, in general, you will see wherever you are given a function to be integrated. Suppose integration is to be done of fx, and fx is given like px upon qx form, px into qx form, or I say you are given some function f of gx, composite function. So here we can conclude wherever you are given either the product of two functions, here you are given division of two functions, or you are given composite function. So in general we use substitution method to convert the given function in integrable form. What are these patterns? Pattern number one, very first pattern. This is f of ax plus b dx. Here we should understand what does it mean. We are given not f of x, we are given f of ax plus b, means a linear polynomial in place of x. So whenever such a condition appears, then what we should do, we consider the linear part as some other variable. This one is known as substitution. We substitute this linear polynomial by some single variable in division only, ax plus b whole substituted by t. Now this equation gives a relation between x and t. So these both are variable here. If I differentiate this equation with respect to t, differentiate with respect to t, then I see it is a constant. So this will become dx upon dt. B is a constant, only term to become 0. dt, its differentiation of t becomes 1. Now, as I see that here I am using integration function with dx. So that's why if I conclude from here, I can write this result as dx, this is equal to dt and 1 upon a as a constant in multiplication with dt. We can think of it. So this way we get the value of dx from this relation considered. This is the purpose of substitution always. With example, if we begin, like I write here one basic function. I have seen like integration of sin x we know, but suppose I write here sine of 2x plus 1. We need to solve. Now you can see in place of x I have written 2x plus 1, a linear polynomial. So we can say let 2x plus 1 as t. Now differentiate with respect to t. This can be done directly. So we get here 2 dx upon dt equal to 1. dt shifted that side, so we get dx equal to half dt. Now what is the change? We use this relation and the first relation which we consider in the given integral. So we will write here I as sine of t and this dx become as half dt. So half being the constant comes out of the operator and we write sine t dt. Now integration of sine t. Now this converts in basic form. You can see the variable is t here, function is sine t. We can directly integrate by the formula. The formula for sine t integration, this is minus cos t minus half cos t plus c. As soon as we get the final integration of the function, we replace t by the original value. This is minus half cos 2x plus 1 plus c. But there are some conclusions. Always it is not a compulsion that you take this linear polynomial equal to t and differentiate. Here what happens, finally we need to get the value of a dx. That's why what happens, we simply put d with the variables x and t. I will show you again by example. Like example number 2, if I take integration of e to the power 3x dx. This pattern we have seen in inspection, by inspection also, integration by inspection. Now I will use here substitution method. How we do? We see that in power it's not only x variable, it is 3x. So obviously 3x is a linear polynomial. So how we begin? We say that let 3x this is equal to t. Now what I was saying here previously, like we are step by step doing the differentiation. Here we can do the direct differentiation. We can say therefore 3 dx this is equal to dt. Whether you are doing the differentiation or you are completing this directly, both are same. Because our purpose is being completed here, is being fulfilled here. We are getting the value of dx as 1/3 of dt. So that's why here we can say the integral becomes e raised to the power t, and here as 1/3 constant we have obtained, so 1/3 dt. Now again this becomes a basic pattern. We can solve it. This is equal to 1/3 e raised to the power t, its integration et plus c, and the value of t as it is I 1/3 e raised to the power 3x plus c. So this is a step-by-step observation. One observation I discussed, I shared here. One more observation I want to share. Now you can see whenever there is some linear polynomial in place of x in the basic function, like sine, it's not sine x, it is sine 2x plus 1. This is e raised to the power 3x. In place of ex, I have taken only 3x. Now, what are the changes we see? The coefficient of x, it is linear polynomial only. Be careful. It is the coefficient of x 2 in the given condition. So, in the final result, we see that integration of sine, as we know, it is minus cos. So, we have got minus cos 2x plus 1. This angle as it is minus cos 2x plus 1. But the coefficient of x comes in denominator, means half. It's divided by 2. The same thing you can observe here also. E raised to the power x, if I integrate, the result will be e raised to the power x. So as it is given e raised to the power 3x, so yes, we can directly write e raised to the power 3x. And this part, what is the coefficient of x? It is 3. So yes, it is divided by 3. So this is one conclusion which we can use whenever there is it is a part of some longer equation. There we can directly use. No objection. So as I said, step by step you will understand. We will take a few more equations to understand this. Now you can see here in example number 3 I have taken 5x plus 3 raised to the power 2. To solve this one, there are two methods. Either you apply here a plus b whole square identity, expand it, and now you can separate the terms with integration. This actually we have seen in the basics when fundamental was introduced of integration. At time I have solved such questions. But what I want to apply here, the substitution method. But here 5x plus 3 as I find this is a linear polynomial. I will convert this in a single variable taking 5x plus 3. Let 5x plus 3, this is t. So we can say therefore 5 dx 3 becomes 0. This is equal to dt. So dx this is equal to 1 upon 5 dt. Don't forget what I said recently, that take care of coefficient of x, as it is linear polynomial, coefficient of x. Okay. Now this function, if you compare with the basic, this fundamental function, you will find it's looking like, if I replace this by a single variable, so this is looking like what? X to the power n. The rule which we will apply here is x to the power n. So yes, you will see the change. Step by step we will solve. Here we will use this relation and the last relation to convert this in terms of ds. T is square in place of dx half 1 by 5 dt. So 1 by 5 written outside operator. Now this becomes x to the power n pattern. We know that t square by x to the power n will become t raised to the power 2 plus 1 3 upon 2 plus 1 3 plus c. Now you can see that I said fundamental function is x to the power 2. So by rule this will become 5x plus 3 raised to the power 3. Yes, replace t by the same. We get here 5x plus 3 raised to the power 3 upon 3. Just like x to the power n we have solved. X to the power n plus 1 upon n plus 1. And also divided by the linear polynomial is given in place of the variable. So coefficient of x we have seen, it's 5 in division. So this way we get this to be 5x plus 3 whole cube by 15. So either you do it directly or this way you do, but we are using substitution method. And one more thing, that every time substitution will not, that expansion will not be applicable. Like it is 2, yes, a plus b whole square can be done. If it is cube, we can apply a plus b whole cube. But suppose the power is a large number, big number, like 5x plus 3 raised to the power 10 I have written, so we need to use binomial theorem. Then better is to apply substitution method here. Replace it by t, simply you can solve. Okay. Now, in this question I have taken I is equal to integration dx upon x minus 7. Okay. What to do? It's again a linear. So, we need to write here, let x minus 7 equal to t. So, we find dx, this is equal to dt. So, we can say integration is of dt in place of dx, dt, and this linear polynomial we will write t raised to the power 3. How to solve? This t cube will be brought up to make it t raised to the power minus 3, and again by the rule of x to the power n we can solve it. This becomes t raised to the power minus 3 1, 3 plus 1 minus 2 upon minus 2 plus c, and I is equal to, we can say, minus 1 upon 2 into t is basically x minus 7 raised to the power minus 2 plus c, and we can write in the simplest form minus 1 upon twice x minus 7 whole square plus c. So I hope this substitution, this first pattern of substitution you have understood. Now we will take the second pattern. Now, as for second pattern, we will take integration of a function of the form px upon q qx. Px and qx both are polynomials. These are polynomials. And degree of px, it is greater than or equal to degree of qx. This thing you have to keep in mind. Means numerator's degree is more than the degree of the denominator. Then how we do? For this one, the statement is, which is most important, divide px by qx and express px by qx as q plus r upon d. Now what is this all about? This is a note just given by me. Now what is this about? We will see example, then I will explain. Suppose I am writing here x cube plus 2x square plus x plus 1, and we need to write here like x plus 2. I have taken px upon q. Basically this pattern is needed. Px upon qx. About this polynomial, this also is a polynomial. What I have to do? We see that degree of px, which is 3, must be greater or equal to degree of qx. I find this is x to the power 1. So 3 is greater than 1. Do not integrate directly. First of all, follow this rule. Divide px by qx. Yes, by long division only. X cube plus 2x square, or direct factorization method, if you know, that also can be applied. X plus 2 if I do, so we will get here by division. This is x square. Multiplying in each term we get. Cancel it out. We are left with x plus 1. As soon as you find this one, dividend, its degree is equal, so this can be divided. But you find when it is less than the divisor, degree of this dividend is smaller than the divisor, we have to stop. That becomes a remainder. So but these two are equal. Degree is 1, here also degree is 1. Divide first term by first term, it gets 1. Means x divided by x, we get 1. So multiplying, we get x plus 2 here. Subtraction, we get these two cancel out. 1 minus 2 we have minus 1. Now in this division, basic thing from earlier classes, this becomes the remainder r. The d stand for divisor and the q stand for, yes, quotient. Now this function actually can be written as, you see, q plus r upon d. Nothing new. I again repeat, this is from earlier classes only. Q quotient, so you can write this as x square plus 1 plus r remainder minus 1 divided by the divisor x plus 2. X plus 2. As soon as we do this, we get this in basic pattern. What? This can be written as integration of x square plus 1 minus 1 upon x plus 2 dx. As we see that 1, 2, 3 terms we have obtained and each is integrable. So this integration can be separated and we will write I as integration of x square dx plus integration of y dx minus integration of 1 upon x plus 2 dx. We can do it directly now. I is equal to x square will be x cube upon 3 of y dx, it is x. This one, it's 1 upon x plus 2, a linear polynomial being used. And as I said, that this here we have to apply substitution method. So if you are applying substitution method, then how we do? Or otherwise if you are doing directly, that can be written as, that is 1 upon x, so its integration will be log x plus 2. And why I say directly, you can see the coefficient of x is 1 here. Every time I will actually keep repeating this one. Coefficient of x is 1. So I said whatever be the coefficient of x in linear polynomial, by that we divide the result. otherwise it is 1 upon x plus 2. So its integration will be log of x plus 2 divided by 1. Means finally it's log x plus 2. But need to explain substitution. So we take here this as I1. Whenever we need to solve some part of integration separately, consider this to be I1. Remark number 1. Now I1, if I take integration of 1 upon x plus 2 dx, let this portion linear x plus 2, this is t, by substitution differentiate, we get dx, this is equal to dt, and now I1 can be written as 1 upon t dt, and by rules it is log of t plus c, or we can say this is log of x plus 2 plus c. Now, as we know that we need to use one constant here, and in general we take it c, so this can be separated from that constant as c here. Now when I put this value here, I, this is equal to x cube upon 3 plus x minus, this is log of mod x plus 2 plus c1, and including all, now we can say this will be constant c. Now maybe one question that why, as pattern number 3 of integration, we can see again I have taken px upon qx pattern, but the important part is these both are linear polynomials. This may be given either in the form of ax plus b upon cx plus d, or the function may contain the denominator with some power, but both are linear polynomial. So whenever such a case appears, what to do? We consider this cx plus d, the linear polynomial in denominator, as t. We substitute this by the variable t. Now substitution method, how to apply in such a case? Here the note which will be useful. Consider, you can write substitute cx plus d as t. With example you will see, suppose I take here x plus 3 upon 5x plus 1 dx. This is to be integrated. I can see it's given without power, so we will consider this denominator as t, like 5x plus 1 becomes variable t. As usual, if we differentiate, we will get 5 dx equal to dt. So dx can be obtained as 1 upon 5 dt. Here, the value of integral, it becomes 5x plus 1 replaced by t by this relation, and dx replaced by 1 upon 5 dt. Now the important part is what happens of numerator x plus 3. Here, as we are converting the integral in terms of variable t, that's why in place of x we have to put the value in terms of t only from relation. Consider. So here this implies t minus 1 upon 5 is the value of x. This value we substitute in numerator and we get t minus 1 upon 5 plus 3. Now simplifying, we get t plus 14 upon 5t into 1 upon 5 dt as it is. So further we can write, taking the constant out of the operator, as I equal to 1 upon 25 t plus 14 upon t dt. Now this pattern is easy or convenient for solving purpose. Here the variable, this only was the purpose here, the variable t which we have got in denominator is a single variable. Here it was having two term, binomial. Okay, this is monomial. So this can be separated now in each term, and we can write here this integral will become 1 upon 25 integration of t upon t dt plus integration of 14 upon t dt. Now this converts in the basic pattern and we find 1 upon, this is 1 upon t, t upon t, cancel. Now we have 1t plus 14 out, 1 upon t dt. We can solve it ahead as it is t, this becomes 14 and log of t and as a whole plus c as the constant. Doesn't matter as I say, this plus or minus whatever, all the same we always put plus c, but that minus, suppose some constant is having minus, so like minus c1 is given, so we can convert this as plus c. So constant here just to symbolize it, there will be a value which does not contain the variable. Okay, so that's why we always put plus c. Here log t we have taken t. Now we have to replace both the variables by the original value as 5x plus 1. So we get integral as 1 upon 25 5x plus 1 plus 14 log 5x plus 1 and whole plus c. This one will be the solution of given integral. Now we will take one more equation where this denominator is given with some power. Let's see next. As the next example, we have taken integral as 2x plus 1, a linear polynomial, divided by 5 minus x raised to the power 4. Inside bracket you can see it's 5 minus x, a linear polynomial. In numerator compulsorily in this pattern we require a linear polynomial only. The pattern, as I said, you consider this denominator polynomial as t. So we substitute this by t. Now differentiate, 5 becomes 0, this will become minus 1 dx dt. So we can say dx has become minus dt. Now with the help of these relations, we use as in place of x we get 5 minus t plus 1. In denominator we get t raised to the power 4 and this minus dt, minus can be taken out and dt alone. Now simplify the function, we have I minus, this will become 11 minus 2t upon t raised to the power 4 and dt. Once again we get here, this is a monomial. Yes, the purpose of this substitution is to make this denominator, to convert the denominator as a monomial. So this will be helpful to us further. We can separate this in all the terms of numerator and further we can write I as minus, as it is, we can write this as 11 upon t raised to the power 4 integration, then minus 2 t upon t raised to the power 4 dt, 11 t raised to the power minus 4 dt, minus 2, by cancellation we get t cube, so integration of t raised to the power minus 3 dt, and now we can operate, fully converting that in the fundamental patterns. Here we go, in both of the terms we have to use the pattern x to the power n. Here we find 11 t raised to the power minus 4 plus 1 minus 3 divided by minus 3 minus 2, this becomes t raised to the power minus 3 plus 1 minus 2 upon minus 2 and whole as plus c we can put. Now simplifying, we get minus is taken in the bracket, this 2 to 2 cancelled out, we are left with this term, because of minus to minus becomes plus, this remain negative, but this minus will turn plus. That's why we can write 11 upon 3 into 1 upon t cube. Here we get minus 1 upon t square plus c. Substituting t by the original value in terms of x, we get integration as 11 upon 3 into 1 upon 5 minus x raised to the power 3 minus 1 upon 5 minus x, 5 minus x raised to the power 2 plus c. This is the final answer. By the way, we should simplify the answer as much as we can. Otherwise, this is algebraic pattern, so further there is no requirement. But few patterns are there where function will be different from algebraic. We will see in questions in further patterns. Here we will see now the next pattern after this. Next pattern, it's similar to previous patterns, but there is a change, slight change is here. What I have taken here again, px upon qx form we have got. Numerator px, the denominator is given ax plus b raised to the power n with some power, linear polynomial with some power. And here the condition is degree of px is less or equal to n. Here the degree of px, this will be less or equal to n. Suppose it is equal to n. In that case, we have to solve it first by the expansion. Ax plus b will be expanded, and we have to follow the pattern number 2, that is px upon qx. As in that pattern, I have already said, whenever degree of the numerator and denominator are equal, then first we have to convert that as q plus r upon d, taking the help of division. We will divide numerator by denominator. But most particularly here, I will say that when degree of px is less than n, in that case, this ax plus b should be taken as t. This should be substituted as t. With example, I will explain. Here, this note can be written. We should take ax plus b as t. Now we will solve by example. Suppose first example I am taking as x square plus 2x minus 3 divided by 2x plus 1 raised to the power 2. Here I have taken, you can see that I have taken a special case, like equality I was speaking. Degree is 2 of px numerator, and here also that whole raised to the power 2, so obviously degree is 2. So both of the degrees are equal. So what I am suggesting, whenever such a case appears, we should divide the numerator by denominator to convert that as q plus r upon d. So if I make it so, first of all, I will write x square plus 2x minus 3 upon expanded by a plus b whole square, 4x square plus 4x plus 1 dx. Now take the long division. Here it is such an example with division also be complicated. 4x square plus 4x plus 1. So when we divide first term by first term here, we get 1 upon 4. When multiplied, we will get x square plus x plus 1 by 4. Subtraction. These two cancel out. 2x minus x remains x, minus 3 minus 1 by 4. This becomes minus 13 by 4. Now, as in previous case, pattern number 2, I explained whenever the degree of this dividend part, whatever comes carries down, its degree is less than the degree of divisor. This becomes a remainder. You can see degree is 1 here and the degree of divisor is 2. That's why this becomes a remainder. So, we have got quotient as a constant, this is a remainder, linear polynomial, and divisor is a quadratic one. So this can be written as q plus r upon d. Q plus r upon d dx. So following this pattern, if we write, we have q, quotient as 1 by 4, plus remainder as x minus 13 by 4, divided by divisor 4x square plus 4x plus 1 dx. Now how to operate? As this is obvious, we have to take them separately. Both of the terms we have to separate. This becomes a standard form where this is a linear polynomial in numerator and in denominator I find a quadratic one. But still, how to operate this using whatever we have seen so far. Further, more methods you will see and this will become more convenient. So substitution method I want to apply in this part. So for this purpose, first of all, I will write 1 upon 4 dx plus this solving 4x minus 13. So I will get here 1 upon 4x minus 13 upon 4x square plus 4x plus 1 dx. But we know that this 4x square plus 4x plus 1 we obtained from 2x plus 1 whole square. So yes, we can write this as 1 upon 4. This first 1 dx integration is x plus 1 upon 4x minus 13 upon 2x plus 1 whole square dx. Now as I said, whenever there is a part in the integral which is to be integrated separately, we consider this to be I1, I2 like that. So we will write here x upon 4 plus I1, and this 1 upon 4 constant also. With this part we consider I1, remark number 1. Now I1 is to be solved, taking 4x minus 13 upon 2x plus 1 whole square dx. Now we can take 2x plus 1 as t. Let 2x plus 1 as t. Differentiating, we get 2 dx equal to dt. Now substitution, I1, this can be written as 4. In place of x, substitution will be t minus 1 upon 2 minus 13, and in denominator 2x plus 1 substituted by t, this becomes t square, and we have half from here we get half dt, the value of dx. Now we have to simplify. I1, this becomes, cancellation is here, 2 2s are and 2 1s are. So finally we can write this as integration t minus 14 upon t square dt, and separating we get t upon t square as 1 upon t dt minus 14. This next will be t raised to the power minus 2 dt. Now these two are basic patterns. So the value of I1 we get as log of t minus 14 t raised to the power minus 1 upon minus 1 plus c1. As this constant there, we will take as c. Now I1, this is log the value of t, we consider 2x plus 1, mod 2x plus 1 we write, and this becomes plus 14 upon t plus c1. And the value of t now we can say, it has come in denominator, then we can say this is 2x plus 1. So directly we put the value of I1 in 1. Remark number 1, if I take, then I, therefore I is equal to x upon 4 plus 1 upon 4. Now 1 upon 4 as a multiplication of I1, so each term will be multiplied by the same. We get log of 2x plus 1 plus 1 upon 4 into 14 2x plus 1 plus c1 upon 4. Now as a whole, as I said, at last we put the constant at c. So here cancellation, we get final value of I as x upon 4 plus 1 by 4 log of 2x plus 1 plus 7 upon twice of 2x plus 1 plus c. Now this is the final stage, but I repeat my statement, such a pattern which we have seen recently, like 2x plus 1 whole square, this division is must. After the pattern which we have obtained as I1, to solve this pattern we are having more patterns further. So you will see that if we apply those ones, then this becomes more convenient. So substitution method, as I said in the beginning, is not having one pattern only, different patterns are there. So on the given condition, if more than one pattern are applicable, this will be your choice which one is to apply as per your convenience. Let's see next pattern now. Now you can see for second example of pattern number 4, I have taken the degree of numerator 2, which is smaller than this value of n, degree of the denominator. as in condition I said, first example was about equal degrees. Now we have taken different degrees where numerator's degree is smaller than the degree of denominator. In such a case, we do not divide numerator by denominator. Keep in mind, division of numerator by denominator to write that as q plus r upon d is done only when the degree of numerator is either equal to the denominator or greater than the denominator. Here, as the degree of denominator is greater than the numerator, so here no division will take place. And also I suggest, I advise you that whenever there is px upon qx form, then you must check whether the condition, which condition appears. Okay, there are three cases as I said, just the comparison of degree. They may be equal, or numerator is greater than denominator, or numerator degree is smaller than the denominator's degree. So by the way, in this case what to do? As I see this 3, the power is given of x plus 3, a linear polynomial. So by substitution I can consider this to be t. Then differentiating, I get the value of dx as dt. Substituting all these values in integral, we get this x will be written as t minus 3 whole square plus 4 t minus 3 1, and here also I can write t cube dt. Now you can see this whole has been converted in terms of variable t, and the change which was targeted is the monomial in denominator. This was the target. But one more thing additional I will say. Here, like you can see, it is a square, so we can expand it a minus b square using the identity a minus b whole square. If suppose it is cube, still we can do, but not always. So that's why the methods we have to see which one are we applying. More than 3, it's not that much convenient to students to expand. Okay. So by the way, here we go. This is a minus b whole square, so we get t square minus 6t plus 9 plus 4t minus 12 plus 1 divided by t cube. We get t square minus 16 plus 4t is minus 2t, 9, 10 minus 12 minus 2 upon t cube. So conveniently we have done. So best is this method you have to apply whenever this degree maximum it goes to 3. More than that you don't apply. There are different methods, you can choose for other methods in that case. Suppose the degree of numerator is more than 4. Let's see. So here separation will be done of the denominator like usual, t square by t cube minus 2 t by t cube with dt here in each term to dt by t cube. The solving, we find I equal to 1 upon t dt. This is minus 2. This also cancels. So we get t minus 2 dt, and here minus 2 t raised to the power minus 3 dt. Each term is basic function. Applying here 1 upon x pattern. So this will become log of t directly. Minus 2 into, this will become t raised to the power minus 1 upon minus 1, minus 2 into t raised to the power minus 2 divided by minus 2 and all plus c the constant. Now simplifying, we get I as log of t plus 2 upon t here plus 2 is cancelled out, no problem, 1 upon t square plus c. Now t replaced by the value x plus 3 as we considered. So the linear polynomial when we write, we get log of x plus 3 plus 2 upon x plus 3 plus 1 upon x plus 3 whole square plus c. This being the final answer. So this way, these are the patterns, different pattern. One more pattern is there. We will see next and with few questions. The next pattern, here we have taken the product of px, a polynomial, ax plus b linear polynomial with power n. Whenever such a condition appears, condition also is that the degree of px must be greater or equal to 1, means it should be a linear polynomial, quadratic, biquadratic, cubic, etc. So whenever such a case appears, simple thing, we must consider ax plus b as t, so that this much can be converted as a single variable. Okay. Now what is the effect? With example we will see. Now if I take example, as I have said, degree of px should be greater or equal to 1. So let's check this. Suppose the degree of px, here if I take x to the power 5 plus 2x cube plus 1. Suppose I have taken, I want to show the limitations, and inside the bracket I have taken x plus 1 raised to the power 3 dx. Now you can see the degree of x plus 1, it is greater, it is 3, and the degree of this px polynomial, this is px here and this one is x plus b, its degree is 5. Okay, I have said you consider ax plus b the linear polynomial as t, that also we take, no problem. X plus 1 if I take t, you will see that dx becomes a dt. But the thing is, in such a case where I have taken intentionally the degree as 5, so what will happen? We have to write obviously as t minus 1 raised to the power 5 plus 2 t minus 1 raised to the power 3 plus 1, and this will become t cube dt, and this becomes whole to be integrated. Now further we can solve only when we know, we are aware of expanding t minus 1 whole raised to the power 5. This will be done using binomial theorem. If such a condition appears, in general you will see that we will face such patients where some other methods also can be applicable. But suppose you don't know any other method, then we need to expand it using binomial theorem. By the way, that's the limitation of such pattern. Like previous question also I said the same thing. So here I have shown the limitation using example. By the way, here I will show you this the maximum cube, the degree 3. The limited use I will show. Like we have to take x cube plus 2x square plus 1, this one example, and here 2x minus 1 raised to the power 3, it's equal, we have taken, so let's say square dx. Randomly I have introduced one example, so we will consider this linear part as t, flat, substituting 2x minus 1 by t, obviously 2 dx, this is dt, we get dx as half dt. Now this integral can be written as I as cube of x. So x will be replaced by t plus 1 by 2. T plus 1 by 2 whole cube plus 2. X can be replaced by again t plus 1 by 2 whole square plus 1. And here next we get 2x minus 1 as t square dt. This half we can write outside the function. Now rest we have to expand by using identities. Here a plus b cube, here a plus b whole square. So we get 1 upon 2. It is 8. Here we can apply a plus b whole cube. So this becomes t cube plus 3 t square plus 3t plus 1 plus here we get 2 into t square plus 2t plus 1 by a plus b whole square upon 4 plus 1 t square dt. Now cancellations, we have to take for the LCM. Which comes 8. These terms remain as it is, there is no change. Now 2 4s are, so we get 4t square plus 4 2s are 8, 4 plus 8 here and t square outside. This 8 now can be operated with 1 by 2, getting I is equal to 1 by 16, and all the terms when simplified we get t cube as it is, 3t square and 4t square we have sum as 7t square plus 3t and 8t as 11t plus 4 1 5 8 13 divided by 8 t square dt. Okay, 8 we have already multiplied, no need to write it, 8 we have already done. Now only thing which is left is to multiply that monomial in these terms. I hope you have got the pattern. Very rarely you will find such a pattern, but using this method, substitution method, we can simplify. Now we will see I 1 upon 16 when I multiply t raised to the power 5, 7t raised to the power, it is 2 into 4 plus 11t cube plus 13t square. And after this, each term can be separated and can be solved using fundamental theory. E is 1 by 16, and we get here integration of t raised to the power 5, integration of t raised to the power 4, integration of t cube, integration of t square. So it's a long expression we have obtained. Now the value of I which comes 1 by 16. First term we will get as 1 upon 6 t6. Second will be 7 upon 5 t raised to the power 5 plus 11 upon 4 t raised to the power 4 plus 13 upon 3 t cube. And whole I can write directly as plus c. Only thing which is left here to put the value of t, which we consider as x plus 1. Even in such a long solution we have obtained, but still successfully done. That's why I said whenever you don't have any method, then don't think too much, apply the same method. You will get 1 by 6, it becomes x plus 1 raised to the power 6 plus 7 upon 5, x plus 1 raised to the power 5 plus 1, 11 upon 4, x plus 1 raised to the power 4 plus 13 upon 3, x plus 1 raised to the power 3, and we can wind up with writing constant. So this much will be the answer. So these are 5 patterns where I have taken rational functions. You can see, or the product of functions. Mainly I focused on algebraic forms. Now next pattern which we are going to see is widely used in substitution method. I will introduce that. We'll see with a few examples. Now I have taken the next pattern which is different from all those algebraic patterns. It's, as I said, very much widely used. Here it is about, you can see, this also is px upon qx form, no doubt. In denominator I have written function fx raised to the power n, some power is given. And in numerator f dash x means it's a differentiation we are given. So this differentiation actually, whenever the pattern we want to apply, we have to spot it. I will explain using examples that which part of the function is the differentiation of some other part. Here these two are given in multiplication. So whenever such a pattern appears, you identify that there is some application of this pattern, then the method which we apply, we consider fx as t. The whole function is considered as t. Now I have taken the example here. We will use these two, and more things we will do here. Now this example number 1, based on these patterns, if I compare, this is based on the second one. Okay, here we see that 2x cube plus 1 raised to the power 4 multiplied to 6x square dx. Now if I think of different methods, like a student also will surely think of all these, then we cannot expand this raised to the power 4. It cannot means this is not convenient. So for sure there may be some other method. We will think of other method. In that case, what you see, if I differentiate 2x cube, then we will get 6x square. One thing. Now, as I said, we have to spot that which part of function should be considered as, should be substituted by t, so that we can follow this pattern and we can find its differentiation, either a multiplication or a numerator, if that first pattern is given. So if I take only 2x cube as a t, so this expression will become, I will show you by writing. If I take case 1, if I take suppose 2x cube as a t, differentiate, so we will get x square dx. So we can write the integral as 2x cube is t, so this becomes t plus 1 raised to the power 4 into this whole replaced by t. But still the problem is not solved. What was the question mark here? this expansion of binomial using binomial theorem. We have to do. So t plus 1, we are at the same level, still the difficulty level is same. Now how to reduce? Now second thing, if you expand this in place of t 2x cube, you consider suppose 2x plus cube plus 1 whole as t. Now see the change. This we have to apply. We will consider let 2x cube plus 1 as a t. Now differentiate, we will get still 6x square dx is equal to dt, as 1 becomes a constant, so it turns to 0. So still we are having 6x square dx as dt. So we will utilize this one. This one will be rejected. We will not choose this way. We will go with this pattern, and we have I as this whole replaced by t, so becomes a monomial now. You can see converting. This is the purpose. T raised to the power 4, and this whole it has become dt. 6x square dx, this whole can be written as dt. Now you see how much easier this has done. So the choice is yours, as I said. Okay, we have to make it most convenient to us. Now we can use here the fundamental pattern 1 upon 5 t raised to the power 5 plus c, and further we can write 1 upon 5 t replaced by 2x plus cube plus 1 raised to the power 5 plus c. So the thing is, you have to spot the part. Next one. Again, I have taken px upon qx pattern, the first pattern. F dash x upon fx raised to the power. But question is given, that how we judge. Okay, let's see this whole. I find 1 plus tan x is given with whole cube. So obviously if I expand, so one thing in general you will find expansion of the denominator which does not in general make a sense. If you expand it by a plus b whole cube, will not make a sense. Try to reduce it to a monomial. Now, if I consider tan x, again the same pattern, tan x is t. You see its differentiation is sec square x dx. If you consider only tan x as t, so differentiate, you will get sec square x dx dt. Okay, but the thing is, again in the new denominator, we have 1 plus t whole cube. Purpose is to reduce it as much as we can, so that it can become very much convenient for us. So we consider 1 plus tan x whole as t. Reason, with the differentiation of this constant, 1 will turn 0. I hope you now understand that 1 plus tan x, this we take as t, differentiating, 1 becomes 0, tan x differentiation, sec square x dx, this becomes dt. It's available in numerator. You can see the first pattern, f dash x I say, means differentiation of this denominator. It is available. So we can write I as this numerator whole is dt, in denominator t cube. This is fundamental pattern. I can be written as t raised to the power minus 3 dt. Operate, we get t raised to the power minus 2 upon minus 2 plus c. This way, we can write minus 1 upon 2 into 1 upon t square plus c, replacing t by its value. I is minus 1 upon 2 into 1 upon 1 plus tan x whole square. This also can be written in 1 only, and plus c. Purpose is over. This is the integration. Now, as I said, this is a very much important pattern. So let's see its application also. Now, as I said, we will see the application. These were just examples. Very important application we find. I hope that you have seen the first lecture or introduction of integration. There we don't have in the main list integration of 4 trigonometric functions, which are tan, cot, sec and cosec. We will derive their integration using this pattern only. How? Let's see. First one, which we are solving, is integration of tan x. Now derivation becomes very much easy for you all. Here, first of all, you convert tan x in the form of p by q, like sin x upon cos x. Now you can see they both are differentiation of each other. But the pattern, it says that the function which is to be differentiated must be in denominator, means here we will consider cos x as t. Now differentiating, we get minus sin x dx as dt. So the value of sin x dx is a minus dt, which is available in numerator. You can see that. Now we can say this is minus dt upon cos x as t we have taken. So it is the integration of 1 upon t by fundamental formula. We get a log of t plus c, or we can say this is minus log of replacing t by cos x plus c. Now this becomes an identity. After this you can use it as a formula directly. This becomes a formula of integration of tan x. We can use it, not the fundamental, but now onwards as we have derived, you can apply equation directly. No need of explaining every time this much method. Yeah, one more additional thing. This is used as minus log mod cos x, but using the property of log, this is minus, or we can say it's minus 1. So further I can solve it as, first of all let me explain that this is one form which we use as formula, or this further can be written as minus 1 log mod cos x plus c. Now with the property of log, this can be reversely taken as the power of cos x, so becomes 1 upon cos x, and 1 upon cos x, this will turn as sec x. So yes, formula for integration of tan x is also used as log sec x. Simple thing, whenever you are taking minus sign, put cos x. If you are not taking minus sign, then take log sec x. Okay, both are same. Now further we go. We will see second, integration of cot x. Now cot x, the same pattern we will do. Cot x, as we know in p by q form, is cos upon sine. So we can write I as cos x upon sin x dx. Now as we see that by the rule we need to take the main function in denominator, so we will consider sin x to be the other variable. Let sin x, this becomes a t, differentiating cos x dx, we get as dt. So yes, I becomes dt upon t. You can see this is similar pattern, nothing special, the same thing we are following. Okay, and finally it becomes log sin x, as the value of t we have taken sin. So this becomes the formula for integration. We can write here integration of cot x. So now this can be listed in main list. Okay, not a fundamental, repeating, is not a fundamental, but still we can use this as an identity. Okay, this is one group of tan and cot. Now we will see how to derive sec and cosec. Suppose we need to write sec x dx. Same pattern is to be used. What we are going to do? One change, which is obviously first time you don't know. After this, you have to keep in mind that if I multiply this by sec x plus tan x, and divide also by the same sec x plus tan x dx. Now what is the change? You see, this sec in numerator multiplied in bracket, I find I as sec square x plus sec x tan x divided by sec x plus tan x dx. Why I did so? You can see, if I consider this whole as t, following the pattern, the first one, if I consider this whole as t, so the differentiation of sec x is sec x tan x, given in one term. Tan x differentiation is sec square, given is the first term. Yes, here the pattern, if we use, we select sec x plus tan x, this becomes t. So differentiating we get sec x tan x plus sec square x dx as dt. So as a whole, I becomes dt upon t, and further it is log of t plus c, and obviously the value of t we have to put sec x plus tan x plus c. So integration of sec x is used as identity in this form. Now the last one, in this pattern cosec is left. So in cosec, what is the expression? Let's see. In cosec, like there is a group of 10 required, so they follow almost same pattern. Here sec and cosec also, they follow the same pattern. If I want to know cosec x here, then here again we will follow the same thing, multiplying and dividing, but by what? Here you can see I use sec and 10, so there I will use cosec and cot. In place of plus, we will write here minus. Actually everything is planned. Cosec x minus cot x dx divided by cosec x minus cot x, multiplied and divided by cosec x minus cot x. Open the bracket, we get I as cosec square x minus cosec x cot x upon cosec x minus cot x dx. Now the change is, if I consider this as t, so the differentiation of cosec is minus cosec x cot x and differentiation of cot x minus cosec x cot x. So we see that let cosec x minus cot x as t differentiating minus cosec x cot x, this will become plus, because cot is minus cosec square differentiation, so plus cosec square x and this whole dx equal to dt. Now we have to compare this to the given pattern. Here cosec square is given plus and this one is given with minus. So yes, exact the same numerator we have obtained. So we can write I as dt upon t, which further is log of mod t plus c, and finally integration of cosec x dx, this becomes log of mod cosec x minus cot x plus c. Here we get one more formula to be used. So this way we have seen very important integrations of 4 functions. Furthermore, you will see more patterns, more and more patterns of substitution, and we will solve whichever problem we can do. Okay, I hope in this module you have got everything. Thank you. That's all.